Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today, going to be a match between Flash and ForGG here on Empire of the Sun. I'm not entirely sure why these people are not actually in the observing slots, but this reminds me of when there was no observing in replays or in live games. And you had to go into the game as Terran, lift off your command center, and kill your own SCVs. So, Snow, what the heck are you doing here, man? I have no idea. So, top right, we have ForGG, the yellow Terran player. And in the bottom right, it is the brown Terran player, Flash. Alright, man. Two legends of the game here in a TVT. I figure I haven't had a TVT in some time. It's probably time for one of those. We're going to see a lot of siege tanks, a lot of vultures. If we're lucky, maybe some battle cruisers, maybe some, Goliaths in there, maybe a whole ton of wraiths. Like, the future of this matchup is strong. See, look, Joji2, who I think is, I forget who this is, but yeah, he killed all his SCVs but one. That's what you got to do. Snow, you got to kill your own SCVs, man. You can't have them sitting down here. That might affect the game. But look, Soxry's watching, Barracks is watching, Action's watching. Like, these people are in observation slots. Oh, wait. No, see, there's 8. Yeah, there's 8 slots when you get into a replay. So everybody here should get an obs slot. I don't get it. Maybe if RJB stops by, he can let me know what's going on here. But this is an RJB replay. Obviously, part of a replay pack that he sent to me a while ago. Been trying to get through it. And the replays are really, really excellent. If you missed the ForGG versus Dogboam, whatever his name is, it's a name I've never seen before and I might never see again, then please go watch it. It's an insanely good TVZ with the battle cruisers on Neo Sylphid. Man, it was amazing. Dogboam, something like that. So anyway, Flash is going for kind of a bit of a proxy Rax here. It is a 4-player map, so he has no idea where his opponent is. He's not scouting either, which is a little bit odd. But he does want to be aggressive with his Marines, and that's why the barracks placement is here instead of, here, where ForGG has his coming up. And man, that is a pretty quick expansion too. No gas into an expand here after the barracks. So not a command center first or anything, but... And then the SCV scouts the right direction anyway. So sure, gonna work out here for Flash as well as it can, considering your opponent has his barracks up the same time that you do, right? I mean, he's got Marines producing just like you do, and overall, this should be fine for ForGG. You really shouldn't struggle versus this at all. Flash is building a factory back home. He did take the gas that is now under construction for ForGG, but not there yet. SCV says, oh, Ford Barracks. Okay, well, let's be prepared for some Marine pressure, shall we? Oh, this finishing would be so nice, but I'm not sure that Flash's Marines want to allow that to happen. And, okay, so Marine versus Marine. Who gets the first hit off? I think ForGG got the first hit off, and he wins. There you go. Excellent. Now, second Marine coming up, but another one's going to pop out here for ForGG. So he's going to be fine. Overall, things are great. Oh, that's a third Marine. Just kidding. Oh! 2 kills on this Marine. This dude coming in. The base finishes. And that's really what ForGG is most concerned about here, is that base finishes. Losing a couple SCVs does totally suck, in all fairness. But overall, not the worst thing in the world. Trying to get a bunker up here because... how much more aggression will there be? And the answer is at least 2 more Marines. So it's 2 Marines versus 2 Marines, but there's SCVs here fighting as well. So that allows... oh, Flash almost losing a Marine to SCVs there. Does actually lose that Marine to an SCV. That SCV is going to tell all of his friends at the bar later tonight, I killed a Marine, and it was one of Flash's Marines. And then a Vulture wanders in. Oh, beautiful SCV blocking, though. Okay, ForGG's doing fine. He's doing just fine here. I like it. I like it from him a lot. So expansion is late. Flash was trying to really slow down ForGG, maybe by canceling this natural. Maybe by getting a Vulture into the mineral line and killing some workers, but I don't think any workers actually died. Sure, some Marines died absolutely for ForGG, but Flash lost a bunch as well. And overall, I mean, the fact that this base is late, ForGG is looking good. He's already up 28 to 23 total workers. Second factory is on the way here from ForGG, and a second factory on the way about the same time here from Flash. So overall, ForGG ahead. Flash went for some aggressive stuff. ForGG said, nope. I don't think so. Our Marine in production here. Obviously, because we're mechin'. Right? We're mech versus mech. Bio is not viable at all in TVT. Marines, Firebats, Medics, Ghosts, nah. All that stuff dies to things like, you know, Spider Mines and Vultures and Siege Tanks and whatnot. It's just way too easy to kill that stuff from another Terran perspective. So, mech it is. Tank lines we get in every TVT known to man, unless something like what Flash does works, in which case he wins in 5 minutes and there are no factory units at all. But if the game gets past, you know, the 8 to 10 minute mark, we're gonna have them tank lines. Goliaths? What? Goliaths are the first thing out right now for ForGG. I guess maybe to get rid of this barracks, but it seems to be leaving on its own right now anyway. I mean, a lot of Spider Mines getting seeded out here from Flash, going to slow down any kind of a push that ForGG wants to make. Yeah, see, look, Siege Tanks, Siege Mode on the way, and just more Goliaths? This can't possibly be viable. He's acting like he's playing a TVZ, where we have seen Mass Goliath totally wreck Zerg players more than once on the channel. But I have not seen Mass Goliath attempted in a TVT ever. So we'll see how this goes? Question mark? I mean, he's getting Spider Mines too, right? Getting Vulture speed. But he's got 4 Goliaths and a Siege Tank out. I guess they're good at killing... I mean, I've been on this little tear recently telling you how Goliath ground attack is underrated and is really good. I mean, obviously its anti-air capabilities are better, but like, the ground attack isn't nothing. It's officially not nothing. Now this map, Empire of the Sun, has a lot of high grounds. There's high grounds all around the middle of the map here. You can see some of them there. High grounds leading up. I mean, breaking a tank line is hard enough, but doing it when your opponent has high ground is almost just nigh impossible. Against an opponent who is as good as you are, it's just not going to happen. Spider Mines laid at the top of the ramp here. These 2 Spider Mines being left alone because ForGG does not know that they exist at all. And Vultures running. Take a tank shot and get on out of there. I like to rewatch old Day 9 dailies because I miss Day 9 talking about StarCraft so much. But back in 2011, he looked at a StarCraft 2 mod where they tried to reproduce Brood War inside of StarCraft 2. And, oh, hold that thought. All right, we're breaking a tank line that's up on the high ground. I guess if you have way more stuff than your enemy tank line does. However, these tanks aren't actually dying. There we go. Tank down, tank down, tank down. And this tank's down as well, so he does end up breaking it. Not the most super efficient play there from ForGG, but, you know, getting rid of that position is extremely nice if you're playing against Flash especially. So he is casting user-submitted PvT, right, in this Brood War mod for StarCraft 2 as these Vultures get in here. Trying to get some stuff done, but they really shouldn't be able to, I mean... Alright, you know what? They're going to get a couple SCVs here. That's fine. And get on out, live to fight another day, throw down some more Spider Mines before you die. Yeah, once you're out of Spider Mines, you can pretty much do whatever you want. I mean, don't just go die, but, you know, your value is a little bit lessened in a purely heartless perspective. But anyway, so it's a PvT, and a group of Dragoons comes in to attack like 3 Siege Tanks. And the tanks just obliterate this whole group of like 12 Dragoons. And he's like, wait, what? He's like, this shouldn't be 2-shotting Dragoons. It should be 3-shotting Dragoons. And he looks at it, and he looks at the tooltip to see how much damage things are supposed to be doing. And it's accurate for what Brood War is. But for some reason, apparently the person who coded this gave Siege Tanks direct fire and splash to everything that they hit. So they were absolutely 2-shot obliterating Dragoons, even more than they already normally do. And he was laughing so hard. He's like, no, don't get me wrong. Siege Tanks in Brood War were insanely good, and I hated playing against them. Especially as Protoss, but they weren't that good. So there's just this amazing imbalance when it comes to the tanks in that particular mod in StarCraft 2. Anyway, I thought it was funny. And it's Day 9... he follows my personal beliefs of all StarCraft is good StarCraft, you know? He loves Brood War, he loves StarCraft 2. He doesn't love them enough to continue to make content for them. Like, really, really sadly, and I don't understand, but nevertheless, he loves all StarCraft. He does. Alright, so this is... What on earth? This dropship comes all the way down here. It is 58, 59, and 51 total workers. The third base is rolling. Flash continues to fall behind in economy. Now, we don't count Flash out, but this is a 2020 replay, so it's a little bit... He's a little bit older, right? He's dealing with some, maybe a couple wrist problems. So he's not, you know, Flash in his absolute prime, where every game he's in, he's favored immensely. But, you know, not bad. Siege Tank's here to defend this mineral line. Can they hit? Oh my gosh, they can hit from there. Okay, that's insanity. That's absolute insanity. Yeah, SCVs have to mine from these right side mineral patches because coming too far down means your SCVs die, especially if there's scans involved. Oh, that tank's... Did not want to live, that tank. Flash is taking the opportunity to get a third base of his own. Again, way behind this one, but all the SCVs are retreated from this position because this tank positioning is terrible. But you can't really say it's abusing because your enemy in this game has tanks too. So in a mirror matchup, nothing is abusing because the enemy can do every little thing that you can do, especially on a symmetrical map, which is all the maps we have in 2021 right now, right? And in 2020 to boot. Wraiths on the way. Again, these are just wraiths to use against dropships and trying to snipe individual tanks and stuff. This isn't... I was like, this isn't mass wraith. It sort of is off of one... Yeah, entirely off of one starport. I mean, this isn't him throwing down 5 starports and pumping out a ginormous group of them. Vulture's going for a bit of a run by here, and you know what? They're gonna maybe kill a couple more SCVs. Slowing down the economy of Flash is a good thing to do. You might end up losing all your Vultures, and in fact it definitely will, but it knocked Flash down to 58 SCVs. Well, 59 now. For a second he had fewer workers than you did, which is nice. Wraiths trying to whittle down this tank count a little bit, but that's why there are Goliaths in the army. So interesting. Both players recognizing the threat that Wraiths are in the early game. And having Goliaths to try to oh my gosh. Oh, we got a tank. All of his Wraiths died, but he got a tank. This is a really awkward position to have tank lines, you guys. I don't like it. This is going to be hard fought for a while, I feel like. I'd like us to have this battle somewhere else, but I don't always get what I want, you know? So it's 117 to 117 supply. Can't really get much more even than that. Both players on 3 bases. A 4th base is actually now done. At this island base. Ooh, I like it from ForGG. Very, very nice here. Not sure there's a lot Flash can do to deal with that. I don't think he has any dropships. I don't think he has any Wraiths himself. So that's going to be an extremely safe... Oh no, we've got his own Wraiths over here to deal with drops. So Wraiths could go harass this. Building a turret would not be a terrible idea. There's an engineering bay coming up, so... Yeah, I think he recognizes the potential to hold this is nice, but he also needs some anti-air just in case some Wraiths show up and start trying to ruin his life. Yeah, and this tank's been sitting here for a while, I feel like. And it's got 3 total kills, which is nice. The neighbor's got 4. So he's constantly calling over the radio. Hey there, Sergeant. How many kills you got? I still got 3, Fritz. Stop being a jerk about it. I got 4. Some Master Sergeant you are. We'll see how that rivalry goes later on. They might both end up dead. That's what war is, though. War is death. Hey, look, the Wraiths are here from Flash. He's trying to... God, it's giant. Why are there so many people watching this game? Trying to win the air battle here because whoever controls the skies, their tanks can see further and therefore shoot further than the enemy tanks. Oh, okay. 4th base here from Flash. A little more vulnerable to things like, you know, vultures and whatnot, and your SCV getting picked off and that base getting delayed. Yeah, man, ForGG, he's looking good. He is down 165 or 166 to 146 supply, sure. But he's got 4 bases rolling. He's got fewer workers than Flash does, but Flash is on 3 bases and therefore oversaturated. And actually has some idle SCVs down here. Which, and just goes to show, even the best players on Earth sometimes have some idle workers. There is a dropship. There is a dropship for Flash. It's just camouflaged. Boy, he really needs to put these to work. Flash, I know you're spending your money well, but go. Send your dudes. That's another dude. These guys are all working. That guy's hanging out, but I don't know what he's supposed to do otherwise. We're taking top left. Sure seems like we're taking top left here too. So, I mean, ForGG is just feeling the confidence to expand everywhere right now. He's taken a 5th base. And maybe even, yeah, and a 6th base here too. He's got a ton of money. Might as well do it. So the Wraiths are trying to engage. The Goliaths are dealing with those exceptionally well. Great spider mine placements there. Holy crap. Trying to unload some reinforcements down here, though. Tanks fired away. There we go. Excellent. So, yep, he does hold on to it. ForGG's looking good. If you can expand twice and hold on to both of them while your opponent tries to kill him, that means you're ahead. It means you're up 168 to 160 supply. You have a smaller economy technically, but you've got more bases rolling than your opponent does, and therefore more efficient mining with your 64 SCVs than he has on his 74 SCVs. Plus, you have a bigger army because you're 10 workers down, which means, oh, now you have a significantly bigger army. If you're even on total supply and you're 10 workers down, your army is 10 supply bigger. Basic maths. They say don't do maths on the YouTube, but you know what? Someone's got to do it. Someone sometimes has got to take them chances. So, Flash, okay, his 4th base is rolling. His 5th base is now coming up in the bottom left here, too. Which is great. It really is. But this is a 6th base that is almost done for ForGG and a massive advantage for him. Also, there's more dropships for ForGG, so maybe that is a reason why we're going to see a win. +2 attack is done for the mech for Flash. +1 only for ForGG, but +2 is almost there. So it should be done by the time the next major battle happens. Are we still here, guys? 3 kills and... oh, 5 kills! Hey! Hey, Fred! How many kills you got? Still got 3. I got 5 now. Took down a vulture run past. Looks like you're never gonna catch me. Yeah, shut up, Fred. Bleh. Siege tank pilots are smokers. That explains everything. So I don't know. At this stage of the game, it kind of feels like ForGG has it, but... oh, Flash coming. Okay, so this is just... Dude, the tanks had spider mines laid onto them while they were sieging up, so they couldn't defend themselves. They weren't in single target mode. They weren't in splash damage mode. Flash has just made an extremely impressive, strong push and has wiped out 2 bases of ForGG's in one fell swoop. SCV count is plummeting even further than it already was. ForGG is trying to unload over here. Tanks on top of tanks on top of tanks. And he's... but the secondary line back here for Flash is getting extra shots off. Dude, did Flash just win this thing in about a 60-minute stretch? He does! ForGG taps out. Flash is your winner at 18 minutes and 58 seconds. What an absolutely insane abrupt turnaround that was. Absolutely crazy. So the reason he tapped out was because, look, now look who has control of this high ground again. You still can't mine from this 3rd base because siege tanks are murdering it. You lost your 5th and your 6th base to this incredibly bold, incredibly well-timed attack. ForGG was away. I don't know what he was doing with those dropships. He should have had some static defense here ready to go, but he didn't have much. And then when he unloaded, Flash brought up the vultures, threw down spider mines where the tanks were. The tanks tried to get into siege mode, leaves them vulnerable for a couple seconds, just long enough for the spider mines to destroy them. Everything dies, and sure, Flash's 4th base was delayed a little bit, but it's back, and his 5th base is rolling quite nicely too. What a disgusting reversal there. I mean, Me talking about how Flash is kind of washed up and he's kind of old and it's a little bit slower. Nah, man. Nah. He ended up putting those SCVs to work or transferring them somewhere else, and that's just... you can't sleep on him. There, unfortunately, has been a fairly recent scandal involving some big names in Brood War. There have been some accusations that certain members of the Brood War community, including Flash, were involved in a crypto scam and promoting crypto coin to their followers and their fans, and then they all lost their money. The fans did. So things aren't looking good for some certain legends within the StarCraft Brood War community, for obvious reasons. I don't know. We might see them again. We might not. It's really up in the air at the moment. But if you hadn't heard about that, I think you could just Google like Flash crypto and maybe get some details about it. I think Bisu was involved as well, which totally sucks because, again, Flash and Bisu, two of the three holy triumvirate. Like, Flash, Bisu, and Jaedong are the dudes in StarCraft Brood War. But it's rough. It's rough indeed. All right, so I think we've analyzed that game enough. Let's check out the final score. I don't know why that came up now. I've known about it for a few weeks, but... yeah, man, Flash, 113, or 19,000 points, 113 for ForGG. Produced similar number of units. ForGG had more, but man, 184 to 126 killed is amazing. When you produce fewer units than your opponent did, that's crazy pants. Raise buildings, pretty inconsequential. Resources, ForGG had more gas mine, but even the other way around. Just Flash made better use of his units, was better on the spot. That attack to the top left was disgustingly perfectly timed and well executed, and that was the key. The key to victory. ForGG was forced to go for a pretty desperate, I need to kill this stuff on the right side maneuver. He did fairly well with it, but it wasn't executed as well. Plus, Flash had some tanks that I think ForGG didn't know about. And ForGG was therefore forced to tap right on out. So, GG indeed for Flash gets the win. ForGG's forced to tap out, and that's going to be it for me today. So, this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.